What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 7 prediction video. Today I want to talk about Arya Stark and some of the biggest potential reunions she may have this season. Arya Stark is one of those characters that have been all over Westeros. She has met so many different cool and interesting characters along the way, and now that she is back in Westeros, the chances of her running into some of these characters again are very high. So let's go over some of the ones that us fans really want to see. And comment down below and let me know which one you are looking forward to the most. Arya Stark is currently at the Twins, which is where we last saw her during the Season 6 finale when she got vengeance for her family, when she killed two of Walder Frey's sons and then she slit Walder Frey's throat. When the new season begins, Arya will most likely still be there, killing some more of the Freys and hopefully freeing her Uncle Edmure. But the big question is, will she head straight home next? HBO has only released a few photos and quick scenes of Arya Stark, and from what we've seen it appears that Arya will still be in the Riverlands area for a while before she heads home. In the new photos, it doesn't look like she is that far north just yet. There is some snow on the ground, but there isn't any snow on her hair or on her clothes. So I'm thinking she may spend a few episodes in this area before she actually makes it back to Winterfell. And if this is the case, then she will most likely run into some old friends and foes along the way. I know most of us have been patiently waiting to see the reunion with Nymeria. We haven't seen Arya's direwolf since the first season, and as far as I know, they haven't mentioned Nymeria since. But her direwolf is definitely still alive in the books. Not only is she still alive, but she actually has a wolf pack running wild with her. Arya dreams about this all the time, and she also wargs into her in the books. Nymeria has been roaming the Riverlands ever since Arya had to scare her away because Cersei would have most likely had Nymeria killed for biting Joffrey. So I think this would be the perfect time to reintroduce Nymeria to the plot. Arya is back in Westeros, and she's in the Riverlands, which is the same general location Nymeria would be in. I think we will see her again this season, and they may have even teased this in the trailer. If you remember the first trailer, there was a quick scene of Arya trying to start a fire. But what's interesting about this scene is how low the camera actually is. Arya is crouched down to the ground as she is building this fire, but the view the camera gives us of this is still at the eye level, which means this could be the POV from an animal watching Arya. So I'm hoping this is Nymeria looking at Arya and we are seeing this through her eyes. There is another scene of Arya in the trailer that could also be seen as a POV through Nymeria's eyes. As Arya is riding through the woods on her horse here, do you notice how the camera has a weird glare or tint to the lens? Almost like there is a smudge on the camera. This is very similar to what it looks like when you're looking through the direwolf's eyes. Back in Season 3, Bran Stark wargs into the direwolf while Jon is outside fighting the wildlings. And when Bran does this, they show us a quick scene looking through the eyes of the direwolf. And it has a very similar filter or tint to the lens as we see here with Arya. So this could be us looking through the eyes of Nymeria in these scenes with Arya in the trailers. But let me know in the comments if you agree with this. The next possible reunion that I know we've all been waiting for is with the Hound. I don't know about you, but Arya and the Hound were one of my favorite duos in the entire show. Damn near every scene they had together was great. And now that Arya is so much more grown up, this combo has even more potential now to be great. As of right now, the Hound is with the Brotherhood Without Banners, and they aren't too far from where Arya is right now. Based on the official HBO photos, it appears that the Hound and the Brotherhood will be heading north, which is exactly where Arya Stark is going to be heading next. There is a very good chance that the Hound and the Brotherhood stop at Winterfell on their way to the Wall. After watching the second trailer, it's obvious that the Hound and the Brotherhood Without Banners will go north of the Wall with Jon Snow and several other characters. So it's possible the Hound stops at Winterfell to meet Jon. Or they could stop there to get Tormund, because we know Tormund goes north of the Wall too. And I think if the Hound ends up stopping at Winterfell, he may reunite with Arya there. But they could also meet up along the way. They may even stop at an inn to get warm and to get some food. They could bump into each other there. Not to mention Arya could run into Hot Pie here too. We have seen a few photos of Arya indoors somewhere, which most people think is at some kind of tavern or inn. And if that's the case, it could be the same place we last saw Hot Pie. The Brotherhood Without Banners have stopped there before. This could end up being a very cool scene, but there is something that could make this reunion very interesting. The Hound is currently with Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr, which are the same men that sold Gendry to Melisandre. Arya had both of them on her list, so I wonder what's going to happen if she sees them again too. I think Beric and Thoros will die north of the Wall, but we could still get a confrontation with them and Arya if she runs into them before they make it to the wall. I don't think she's going to forget how they just discarded Gendry for some gold, knowing Melisandre had some fucked up intentions for Gendry. And speaking of Melisandre, this is another reunion people really want to see. Melisandre is definitely still on Arya's list for taking Gendry away. Melisandre also told Arya that they would see each other again, and ever since Melisandre said this to Arya, I've been waiting for this day to come, so I'm hoping we see this soon. Last time we saw Melisandre, she was leaving Winterfell after Jon exiled her from the north for sacrificing Princess Shireen. Melisandre is going to be heading south to Dragonstone, and she's most likely going to travel right through the area Arya Stark's going to be at. In the trailer, we did see Melisandre at Dragonstone, so we know she does go south, but will her and Arya cross paths once again, as Arya heads north and she heads south? But I have to assume Arya doesn't kill her if they do meet, because Melisandre does make it to Dragonstone. Unless that's Arya wearing her face, but I highly doubt it. What do you think's going to happen when these two meet again? Do you think Arya's going to kill her? Let me know what you think about this potential explosive reunion. But there's another one I want to talk about, which is Littlefinger and Arya meeting again. Littlefinger is still at Winterfell, and Arya is going to be on her way there. Arya knows Littlefinger and Tywin were allies back when Tywin and her brother Robb were at war. Arya may get home and expose Littlefinger's treachery that should lead to his death. Most of us know Littlefinger's time is running out. The only question is, who's going to be the one to fully expose him and sentence him to death, and then execute him? Could it be Arya? And if the Hound does show up at Winterfell, he could also possibly expose Littlefinger as well. The Hound was there when Littlefinger put the knife to Ned's throat. I think the Hound would be more than willing to tell Arya and Sansa what he had seen. When Arya gets home, she's most likely going to be the catalyst for Littlefinger's downfall. This is one reunion that I'm dying to see. Arya is on a crash course with so many interesting characters that could have some very interesting results. Not only did Arya's training with the Faceless Men teach her how to kill, but it also taught her how to spot a liar, and that's bad news for Littlefinger. Bran Stark is also going to be at Winterfell, and he may have some flashbacks of every single time Littlefinger betrayed the Starks. If I were Littlefinger, I would get the hell out of Winterfell ASAP. But there's something else that I want to ask all of you. Do you think Arya and Jaqen H'ghar is ever going to cross paths again? Do you think Arya is going to receive any kind of blowback for just walking away from the Faceless Men like she did? I've been asked this question a bunch of times, but I'm wondering what everyone else has to say about this. Some people say Arya is going to be punished, and some people say nothing's going to happen at all. But it would be a pretty big deal if they did meet again. But I'm not so sure Jaqen would kill her. Now I know he did allow the waif to hunt her down, but it was pretty obvious that Jaqen did take a liking to Arya. It was like they were destined to meet each other, almost as if she was hand-picked to be recruited by the Faceless Men. I do have a feeling we will see Jaqen H'ghar again, but it might actually be at the Citadel. They probably don't have enough time to do the whole book plot at the Citadel, but they could give us a taste. And if they do, Jaqen's role isn't quite finished yet. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But I'm also really hoping that Arya and Gendry meet again too. They were obviously very close when they were together, but as far as Arya knows, Gendry could be dead right now. Arya did know Melisandre had evil intentions for Gendry, and Arya hasn't seen Gendry since Melisandre had him carted away, and Arya never got word that Davos helped him escape. It would be cool if she got that closure knowing that her close friend is still alive. Gendry could potentially be the last living person that has Baratheon blood right now. So unless they introduce another Baratheon in the Stormlands or something like that, then we need Gendry to come back and be legitimized as a Baratheon so the house doesn't go extinct. Then we need Arya and Gendry to reunite, get married, then go west of Westeros together. I know that's wishful thinking, but damn it, can a man dream? Game of Thrones can't have a bad ending for every damn character. Someone needs to live happily ever after, right?
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
Ah, fuck you, Ramsay. What do you know, you little prick? Alright, folks, let's do one more. The last, but certainly not the least. The Mega Reunion, aka the Stark Reunion. This is what the people want, so this is what the people will get. We need Arya, Bran, Sansa, and Jon all together at least one more time before any more of them start dying. Just one last scene of the Starks together, happy, at Winterfell. At least give us that before the damn Night King and his minions arrive. Jon and Sansa are there together right now, and Bran is heading that way. Bran is going to make it to the Godswood. I just hope Jon and Sansa are both there when he arrives. But Jon will most likely be gone when he gets there, because you know how they do us. They will never give us that satisfaction immediately. The big Stark reunion is going to be teased and teased, and as soon as Jon leaves, that's when Bran and Arya is probably going to show up. Jon is going to be all over the place this season, and I'm afraid Jon isn't going to make it back to Winterfell until Season 8. Jon might be north of the Wall in the Season 7 finale, and if he's not north of the Wall, he's probably going to head straight back down south when he escapes the Night King's attack. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope Jon makes a pit stop back at Winterfell while Bran and Arya is there. But what do you all think? Do you think we're going to get the full Stark reunion this season? Let me know down in the comments section. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the feedback on this video. I want to know what you all want to see the most. And I got to thank my supporters on Patreon too. The donations have helped me and the channel tremendously. I love you all, and I'll see you down below. Bye.